Every time I look at you, ooh, there can be no mistake. I've got my ways out of time. Where you gonna run? 'Cause you love the games that I play.
Next time, please don't block.
I'll be so cold. I'll lead you into the fire.
Hey, go.
Think by now you should know.
Living a dream.
So far, so good.
Thank you, guys.
Stavich takes the win here in Barcelona.
Jason Mercier, he went with his instinct, he made the call.
There's the professional level, and there's the Ivy League.
Sebastian Paoli coming to terms with what he has just achieved.
Vicky Corrin has done it! 2 main event titles! Sebastian Mallets has gone from poker fanboy to poker champion. This is why people love the EPT.
Hello once again, welcome to Prague and the PokerStars European Poker Tour. We are here for day 4 of the EPT Prague main event live from King's Casino at the Hilton Prague. 30 players remain from a starting field of 1,267. Today, we play down to 9. That's the ambition, at least. We will play 6 full levels otherwise, potentially another 12-hour day. And the room looking a little bit emptier. Now we are down to the final 4 tables. Join in the conversation. Use the live chat on Twitch or YouTube. Use the hashtag PokerStarsTV on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. It's James Hartigan alongside Joe Stapleton.
Hello, my babies.
And Joe, surprisingly, I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but the bigger the field, the less the chance there is that we are going to see plenty of big names, proficient pros, and yet we still have a lot of talent in this field.
Yeah, very, very popular talent. Maybe not even a lot of it, but huge, huge fan favorites.
Including Tonka, who you see there in the green hat. Now, Parker is on the first table to break. That's why he will not be on the feature table.
Oh, Lord.
But I don't think you're going to be disappointed when I show you the lineup we've got on the main stage today. And bear in mind that we are probably going to get to see all of the remaining players at some point as we change feature table, as the field thins. There will be a redraw when we get to 16, when we get to the final 2 tables. And then, of course, the field will merge when we're down to the final 9, and that's where we'll finish play today. These are the chip leaders coming in to day 4. Luigi Del Tero from Italy, the biggest stack with just over 3.5 million. Javier Gomez, who dominated so much of yesterday, sits in 2nd place right now. Tonka, officially 6th in chips. Antoine Saut, also inside the top 10. Blinds will be 10,000, 25,000 with a 25k big blind ante. We continue to play 90-minute blind levels. And as I said, we could play up to 6 levels today in our quest to get down to a single table of 9. And obviously, with every elimination, the prize money is getting bigger. Total prize pool here in this record-breaking EPT Prague main event, 6.1 million euros. And by the end of today, we should start to hit some of these numbers. 10th place, getting just shy of 75k. More than 100 grand for 8th place. 6-figure scores for pretty much everyone at the final table, bar the winner, who will get a 7-figure score, more than €1 million up top, plus, of course, the EPT Prague main event trophy.
So the goal is to get to that 10th, maybe even 9th place money today.
The idea is to try and get down to a single table. Tomorrow we'll come back with 9, play down to 4, and then that earlier start time that we highlighted a few minutes ago on Sunday, final day, live at 11 a.m. Central European time, playing down from the final 4 to a winner, all done and dusted, trophy presented and lifted in time for the World Cup final, which starts at 4 p.m. local time. Well, let's see who we are hosting at the feature table. Let's see some of the faces at the first feature table.
I'll allow it.
Tim Adams.
Tim looked quite exhausted by the end of the day. Yesterday, oh, he's pulling out the fisherman's friend. I wonder if he's got it.
Connor Beresford also on the main stage. And in answer to Sheriff Cod watching on Twitch, yes, C. Darwin 2 is at the feature table. Simon Matson is in the 8th seat. So these are the players that we'll be watching for at least the first level of the day. Let's introduce our guest commentator for this first session of play. I think it's fair to say that EPT 2022 has been pretty kind to him. Second place finish in the Estrellas main event in Barcelona. Second place finish in the EPT London main event. And a final table appearance at the record-breaking Eureka main event just a few days ago. Jack Sinclair, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Hey, buddy.
Good to be here.
You know, I agree with you when you said the EPT 2022 has been good to him, and then you said 2 second-place finishes, and I was like, or maybe it's been terrible to him.
Yeah, not good enough to make it into the opening montage, I noticed.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Maybe if I tried a little harder.
And obviously, I get at the time, and it probably happened in Barcelona and in London, there is that obvious disappointment at not being able to actually just close the deal and finish first. But then you actually look at your bank balance at the end of the year and think, actually, I can't really complain.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to complain.
No.
But I have done a lot of it.
There's certain people you can complain to, I'm sure, and this audience would be not one of them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get much sympathy from the Twitch chat. But yeah, I mean, obviously, very happy with this year. It's been probably the best year of my career so far. So, you know, not having any trophies after that is kind of, you know, bittersweet. But
I understand.
Isn't your career like 4 years long at this point, though?
Well, yeah, I mean, live poker, yeah, I guess. Like we'll call it 5.
I would say that, again, I'd have more sympathy if you'd, like, never actually had a win. But I believe the World Series of Poker Europe main event was yours a few years back.
Yeah, I can console myself with knowing that it is possible to get first. But the EPT trophy is so nice, and they were all the 3 big, you know, the nice big, not the little spadey ones, like the big ones with
shards.
Yeah, I even prefer the national ones because they're silver, they're more rare.
Right.
You know, I was quite disappointed about that, but then okay, main event's still good. But
Well, it doesn't appear as if your hot streak is over anytime soon. So,
well, I'm out of the main. But this is a pretty sick table.
Yes. And obviously a lot of support for players like Connor and Tim Adams, and of course C. Darwin 2, such an online beast, such a fan favourite. How much experience do you have playing against any of these guys?
Well, I've played against C. Darwin online, obviously, everyone has. Bigger, I played with in the Estrellas for a bit. Timothy Adams obviously played with a lot live. Here and there, very good. Very good player. Connor as well online back in the day, but not so much recently. So yeah, pretty much know about half the table, I think.
well, Simon Matson doing some. Simon Matson stuff here.
This guy played with a lot, actually.
Gomez?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live stops. Plays a lot.
I feel like Gomez has always sort of been on the, not the sidelines, but just the sides of our broadcast. Like, has appeared plenty of times.
I was kind of hoping that you'd have brought the Chippopotamus with you.
Oh, yeah, I've got him.
Fantastic!
Of course. I'm going to go play the 10K afterwards, so...
Love it.
Oh, man, he just put that on my computer, which means either I'm about to get real lucky or you're done.
I already told you I Didn't cash the main, so I'm done anyway. It's
I love the detail on this.
The hippo is useless now.
Actual baby hippos look pretty similar to this, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, it's basically a carbon copy, pretty much.
Nice.
Shrunk down a bit.
So second hand of the day. First hand was raise and take it for Mats and Bigo, deciding to fold the threes. Mats from a 7-5 of hearts.
This fella, but Gomez seems relatively fearless with the 3.36 million chips.
Yeah, I mean, the spot is much better for Gomez to 3-bet because he can raise, call, versus Mats and shove a bit more liberally than Adams can. It's basically all of Adams' stack.
Right.
Oh, true. Thanks. I still think I would have 3-bet King 8 suited. I would just expect Simon to be opening really, really loose, like looser than perhaps he should be for his stack size, just on the basis that everyone's going to play tight versus him because he's C. Darwin.
As an amateur player, I can go like, it's the first couple hands I just got here. I don't really want to go broke on the first hand. Is that a consideration for these players at all? I mean, not as much, I'm sure, but still a consideration, right?
No, it certainly makes a difference. If you've got to be willing to fight on the first hand, and a lot of players turn up and they're still sort of
right.
They play a bit sleepy,
Not warmed up yet.
Yeah.
You will have noticed, by the way, the field ticker has dropped down to 28. I can tell you that 2 eliminations out in the field.
Wow.
Dmitry Shepkin bust in 30th. He gets 23,000 euros. Pierre de Almeida went out in 29th. He also cashes for 23K. So we're 4 eliminations away from being down to 3 tables. It's this weird thing. It happens in every single poker tournament, live and online. You get to that last level of the night, and everyone pretty much shuts down. And every hand just seems to be inconsequential for an entire hour and a half. You come back the next day, and suddenly everyone's ready to play, and you lose 10 players before you know it.
Yeah, the psychology is real.
I mean, you don't want to bust.
No, exactly. Even though it really, in the scheme of the universe, it doesn't make a difference. But there is psychology of, hey, I'm going to make it to day 4. I'm not going to go broke on the... It's more painful to go broke on the last hand of day 3 than the first hand of day 4, for some reason.
I actually did bust on the first hand of day 4 in this tournament in March. Well, okay, I didn't actually bust. I lost like 95% of stack.
The hand that did all the damage.
Yeah.
Was it a spot that you did not have to take, or was it a standard?
I had kings.
Okay. Yeah. No, you had to take that spot.
I could have skipped it because I ran to my seat because and I saw there was like 30 seconds left before we started.
No.
But I was in the big blind, so I ran and played the first hand.
Sliding doors.
One of the things we've been blessed by EPT stops this year is pretty strong rails. And in both Barcelona and London, having friends and family of finalists there. And obviously, we talked to your dad in London, and I particularly enjoyed his comment about you becoming a professional poker player meant that he lost his drama.
Yeah, I mean, that's still his biggest reservation about my life choices.
And you can tell he's saying it kind of like. Kind of as a joke, but also you can tell, yeah, there's still like kind of an open wound there. It's like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, every time I go back to London, he's always asking me, oh, well, could you stay like a few days extra? We've got this gig coming up, you know, maybe you couple of gigs this year with his band.
I think that was in one of my London that I didn't get to ask you. It's kind of weird that to have a musical career as your backup.
Used to be the joke, actually. I say, yeah, I do music for money, and I play poker on the side. That's my real passion. But yeah, now it is the other way around, as it should be, I guess.
As we see a blind v blind, you'll notice we've gone down to 26 because Imed Mahmoud has gone out in 28th place. Out for 26,400. Now we're 2 eliminations away from being down to 3 tables.
Oh, that's a redraw, huh?
No redraw at 24.
Oh.
Redraw was done overnight, so when we get to 24, we will just break a table. First redraw. Nothing more frustrating.
I'm not sure, like, I probably counted it wrong, but most likely.
Everything's all thrown off with this.
Yeah, and I was going to say, Jack, that obviously in London, we kind of felt that it was like civilized. Recent days where we were finishing in time to go to
One day
dinner.
we had tea.
Yeah.
I know. Whereas here, it's like consecutive days. It's like Barcelona-type poker.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, London was very strange. I left and it was still, I could still see like the sky. It, you know, it wasn't dark out, and
yeah.
I called some people. What are you doing? They're like, I'm at work. Oh, okay. Guess I go home.
A couple of questions I want to address in chat. Furniture asks, what does redraw mean? It's where everyone's sitting. They make it so that you're not in the same seat for days and days at a time.
See Tonka, Parker Talbot on the main stage, but Tonka is at the table that will break next, and we can't have the feature table. All manner of problems.
It's just not possible.
So open-ended straight draw for Tim Adams as Mattson dominates. More than a 4-1 favourite here.
This looks like a decent check raise candidate for Mattson. Could also. If there's any folding versus this size. Quite interested to see what he does here. I think I would mostly check.
Jux T on YouTube asking, why did Bigot leave? He had a meeting. Basically, in addition to there being kind of a reshuffling of the players at the table, players at one table, not enough at the other. So Bigot was due to take the big blind next at this table, so he got moved to players.
Yeah, I mean, if they lost all 4 of those players from the same table, it's going to require some
jiggery pokery.
That's right.
Tim Adams checking back, and for Mattson on the river, but it does give Adams the straight.
That would be exciting.
Check.
Check, bet, raise. Maybe not. Shove is nice. I mean, Simon's hand is pretty bad at this point. And then bets river. I mean, obviously it's just a bluff catcher. I don't think it's a very good. Only blocking Jack 10. But the bluffs for kind of hand.
200.
That is almost full pot.
So, yeah, I imagine Matson will either fold or shove. I can't really see this. With like 9, 10 or something, that would be better, I think.
Well, I like that fold has entered the equation.
I'm more interested in if he decides to shove here, what Tim Adams would then do with a bad board.
Yeah, Tim will be in the blender.
Yeah,
pretty heavily. I mean, the problem is the possibility Simon could do that with Jack 10 himself. So it would be pretty hard to fold. Also, here, it's a big problem for him. Like he has 8s, and then yes, like slow played queens pre 9s, slow playing flop. I don't see. So only has flush for value. So yeah, I would have been interested to see what happens. But yeah, I think it's probably a good fold there. I mean, Tim's going to check.
$6 million of 50 big blind stacks, playing slightly above a 50 big blind average at the moment with 26 players remaining. Easing into day 4.
There are no side events going on. What time's the 10K start, Jack?
Now.
Maybe it's in the upstairs room. It's eerily quiet.
Well, I say we're half an hour behind, right? So I think
that's right.
By now you mean?
Now I mean 20 minutes in the future.
Yes. Yes, I think the high roller is at 12:30, so 1 o'clock our time we'll start to see people come into that room. When did you ever?
I was going to say, it's not like they're going to be sitting at the table waiting for the for the cards to be.
Yeah, I'm so blasé, I'm doing commentary.
I don't know how the high rollers feel about it, but in a little bit of live poker, and it's like 3 or 4 handed, I'm just like, man, do I really want to get in some crazy confrontation because it's 3 handed?
Well, let's see what happens in this 3-handed battle here. Beresford with top set, and Drozd's has got the.
Drozden B.
Well, 200K in the middle, and he has bet 75,000. Matson has folded. Will not fold.
Bold prediction, James.
I know. I don't like to put my neck out that. How much?
He could just have a bad feeling. Are we allowed to gamble on site?
Well, just calling. He's giving himself the option to fold.
Right, later on.
Yeah.
Boy.
It's straighter and flushier, and it has given Drozd a street flash draw.
I imagine he'll check back here. There's not too much to gain by betting other than like getting Queen Jack to call, which is probably worth it. And you do have a pretty sweet draw. Times you hit.
That's what
river.
I'm thinking of, is building the pot, yeah. But I think it's probably the right one, Jack.
I'm starting to doubt myself now. Maybe it is a good bet. On its own would be a pretty natural check back here, but with the diamond draw...
And the straight draw.
You know, if the queen comes, you're not loving it with a 9.
All right, fair enough.
That's more like backup in case you were against kings.
Kings, right? Yeah, exactly. It is a street flashboard, Crazy Carl. You're right about that.
I guess this sizing is trying to keep like ace 10 in there, and then also if you get check raised, to avoid getting shoved on something, or seems a bit small to me.
Whiff. So when you miss here, oh geez, check, nice, lucky check back. Draws it.
Yeah, should be pretty clear check back on the river. King 9. Hoping to get a hero call to be good when it jams, so I think that makes a lot of sense.
So Conor Beresford playing a below average stack, just over 45 big blinds.
And is Conor just checking there to bluff catch?
Yeah, I mean, Conor's hoping that he has... Well, I mean, Conor's actually hoping that he has 2 pair, right? Or 10s or something, or jacks, which didn't 3-bet, which is totally possible. The guy to shove like ace 4 or whatever, ace X of diamonds on the river too much, it's just not something that people do very often to bluff the flush draw, but it would actually be a good board for it. But so maybe he gets that as well. Yeah, I think Conor's plan on that hand is just like, I have too much blocks, too many value bets to check raise. I think if he had a lower set or the turn straight, he could.
I guess my question is, why not bet himself?
On the turn bet looked like it was trying to shut down the action, and then when the river bricks, you could just lead. Be like, yeah, I know what you have, you know. So now I lead into you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that could play, but it's not normally the way guys think it. They get to the river. Well, I check call turn, so
got it.
The lead isn't part of their vocabulary, if you will. So yeah,
I don't want anyone out there to think I am suggesting that Conor did the wrong thing. Just trying to understand why he did what he did.
Yeah, a thing you would do.
Got it.
But practically, it could be quite good. If you think that but he bets 150 when he has King 9, then I quite like the donk on the river. But it's pretty hard to know that.
Nothing.
There's a guy on Twitter a couple of weeks ago accused me of being a pillhoffer.
Pillhoffer.
Istvan Pillhoffer, that is. 1.1 million. Yeah.
Yeah. Not very Hungarian looking last name to me, but
no.
but I'll allow it.
I don't really play either. I'm trying to play a little bit more to be a little more well-rounded. Maybe occasionally make some beer money.
Here comes C. Darwin, opening from the cutoff with King Queen.
First legit hand he's raised.
Looking very squidgy today.
Like you want to hug him?
I want to squeeze him,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a bathrobe with a hood, right?
Yeah, it does look like a cool hoodie.
Don't mind this 3-bet. I think ace-8 off is actually good enough to just call here. At this depth.
Ooh,
but
baby.
spot for Gomez, he just piles it in. Hope for the best. That wasn't a joke.
That's That's my approach to poker in every single situation, though. Is pile it in.
Oh yeah,
and hope
me
for the
too.
best.
I'm just surprised that what I would do in this situation. I'm just a one-street guy.
Yeah, I mean, there's what, almost 300k in the middle, and they're playing about 1 million effectives.
When you look down at pocket jacks, do you think, "Ooh, that's me"?
A big pot.